Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture I'm going to show you how you can set up the API keys, because if we want to use the services like the LLMs, then we need to authenticate ourselves, and for that we are using some API key. And we can create the first API key for Grok, because Grok is providing the access to open source models for free, and if we want to get access to them, we can just create some account here and create an API key. So now here I'm going to create some name for the API key. And that one is just for the visualization on this page. So later on, if you want to revoke the key, because possibly it was exposed and nobody else should see it, then you can just take it away, deleting it. But here now we have this created. You can see it. This is the current date. It was not used yet. And if we want to integrate it, we have to head over to our IDE and create some file that is called .env. And this .env file is holding all the environment variables. And they are following a certain structure. They are all looking like this. So it's starting with the name of the key. So the service provider is called Grok, and then followed by an underline, API, underline key, all in caps. And then there is an equal sign, and right to it is the definition, the key value. And the next keys are then added line by line. So this is just the first one that we wanted to create. Now we are going to create a few more. So the next one is going to be created for OpenAI. This one is not for free. So here you also have to at first create some API key. After we have created some account, then we create a new secret key. I can call it GenAI course again. And I'm going to create the key and copy it. And then I head over again to my IDE and add here another line. So here it is then OpenAI API key equals and followed by the long key. Good. But as I said, this one is not for free. So here you need to head over then also to the billing. Let's see, this is under the settings, and then you have here the billing, and you can add some credit to your balance. Also, I would recommend to disable auto recharge, because then you can never lose more money than was prepaid here. So this is important, otherwise you cannot use it. You can always create API keys, but then when you use it, you run into some error because there is no money on your card. So this is then what you have to do on the OpenAI front. And the next big player is of course Google. And for Google, you have to head over to the aistudio.google.com/API key. And here again, you have to click on Get API Key, create a new one, select the right project, and then the key is going to be created. Then you have to copy it and paste it in the same way to your environment variables file. And that one is called Google _API _key. Paste it in, and that's it. And any other provider that you want to use is then set up in the same way. It's some one-time effort. You have to create some account. You have to use your credit card to book some money on your account, and then you are able to use the keys afterwards. Good. As soon as we have done all of that, we can just test it. So I have here created some file, test environment.py, and this one is mentioned to be used from the command line. So I'm navigating to the main folder for our material, and then I can run python testenv.py. And this is trying to run all the different tests that I have set up, and we're going to see if they are going to be passed. Okay, one failure and one error. So I have here in the test also the test for Anthropic. If the Anthropic API is available as well, you're totally fine if you don't want to use Anthropic, but if you want to, you can just head over to Anthropic. And here you have the same options. You can get some API key. I'm going to create it, Gen AI course. I add it, copy the key, and then I can add it to the .env file, Anthropic API key equals, and then don't forget to save it. You can see it always by looking at this X. If it's some filled circle, it means that there are unsaved changes in the file. So if I just click Ctrl S for saving, then you can see it directly here. The changes were saved, and now my test is also running successfully. Good. But as a reminder, you are fine if you are using just Grok and OpenAI. At some place I use Google, but you can easily change it. Same holds for Anthropic. So I don't want to force you to run through too many different providers. The minimum requirement is, I would say, to have some API key for Grok and for OpenAI. Good. And that's it. Now we are actually ready to start. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next lecture.